So let's have a look at Medicare Part A in 2023. Medicare Part A is your hospital coverage. So whenever you're admitted into the hospital, you're using Medicare Part A. And here we see from Medicare.gov that you'll also use Part B for doctor services while you're in the hospital as well. So upon admission into the hospital, you have a deductible of $1,600. So whatever the costs are, you're going to owe that first $1,600. And that covers you for the first 60 days. So that's pretty good coverage. To only have to pay $1,600 for 60 days of full coverage is pretty good. It's important to note that this deductible is not an annual or one-time deductible. You can hit it multiple times in the year with some bad luck. So let's say you're admitted into the hospital and you're in there for 5 days. When you're discharged on that 6th day, there's a timer that starts. And if you come back into the hospital within 60 days for a same or similar condition, then you do not owe that deductible again. But if it's been longer than that 60 days of discharge, you can hit that deductible again if admitted into the hospital after that 60-day window. From days 61 to 90, you then have a set copay of $400 per day. So you'll just, no matter what the charges are, you're only going to pay $400 per day. From days 91 to 150, that copay jumps up to $800 per day. And then after 150 days, you then owe all costs. But generally, most Medicare supplements cover everything in that right side column. So generally, you don't have to worry too much about this. And supplements will also give you an additional 365 days of coverage in the hospital as well. Skilled nursing confinement. So Medicare will cover the first 20 days, and from days 21 to 100, you then have a copay of $200 per day. And you have to be admitted into the hospital for at least 3 days, and then you can go to a skilled nursing facility. For hospice care, I want to bring up the Medicare.gov article itself. So for general hospice coverage, you pay nothing. And then you have a copayment of $5 for each prescription drug for outpatient medications. And you may have to pay room and board if you live in a facility like a nursing home and choose to get hospice care. So that's important to note. Moving on to blood work, this used to be covered 100%. It's no longer. You'll pay 100% of the Medicare approved amount after you pay for the first 3 pints. So you pay for the first 3 pints, and then you're covered for each additional pint at 100%. So this is a quick overview of Medicare Part A. We will have this chart along with the Medicare Part B chart and the Medicare Supplement chart all built into one PDF file for you to download. If you're on our website, you'll see a download button below. And if you're on YouTube, you should see a link in the description that will allow you to download this chart and keep it for your files. It's extremely handy, and it condenses much of what you need to know into a few simple pages.